Have you ever wondered what truly happens in the silent space between your final breath and your next life? In that moment, everything goes dark, but you are still here, not as a body but as a soul now set in motion. A journey begins, not through time or space, but through 7 sacred realms hidden beyond the veil. Each one reveals a truth you once forgot. Each one shapes who you will become next. This is Edgar Cayce's forgotten reading, a revelation of the paths your soul must walk before it returns. The first realm waits, and the mirror of your spirit begins to open. You step forward. The light is dim but soft, like the reflection of the moon on still water. Around you, silence expands, not empty but full, like a memory waiting to speak. This is the first realm, the place where your soul faces itself. It is called the Veil of Reflection. Here, you are not judged by others. There is no voice from above, only you, and the echoes of every moment you once left unresolved. You see a man, his face is kind but heavy. He had died of cancer, slowly, painfully. Yet what anchored him was not the illness. It was the rage, the words he never said, the forgiveness he never gave. His soul now hovers here, wrapped in the mist of memories that won't let go. He is not alone. All around, souls like yours revisit the imprints they left behind, the broken promises, the gentle words never spoken, the fears that shaped their final days. Time bends in this realm. A second can feel like a season like a breath. This is where you remember what your mind forgot, where your heart is asked to open without the shield of a body. What do you see when you look at your own life without defenses? What does your soul whisper when nothing can be hidden? Forgiveness begins here, not as a command, but as a key. You cannot move forward burdened by the weight of what you refuse to feel. You must meet yourself fully, or you will remain. And so you breathe. Not with lungs, but with awareness. You see the people who hurt you, and more painfully, the ones you hurt. But something unexpected begins to unfold. As the fog lifts, your heart begins to soften. Even pain becomes a kind of light. Because here in the veil of reflection, the only way out is through. And just as you release one final tear of understanding, a new light appears. The shadows stir, and a voice, not spoken but felt, invites you onward. You pass through the light, only to find yourself submerged in a world much heavier. This is not darkness, but a dense, smoldering gray. The air feels thick, pulsing, like a heartbeat that never stops. This is the realm of shadows, and it is made of everything you were never willing to let go. Desire echoes here, but not the kind that uplifts. These are cravings unfulfilled, addictions masked as needs, lust mistaken for love, and ambitions that outlive the body, still clinging to the soul like wet clothing. You feel it before you see it, chains, not made of metal but energy, invisible strands that tie souls to echoes of the life they once lived. You see figures reaching, touching things that are no longer there. A man still grasping for the pills that numbed his pain. A woman chasing the approval she never received. They do not know they have died. They are dreaming while awake. You begin to feel your own weight, the hungers you carried, the longings you buried deep beneath the surface. This realm does not punish, it reveals. Every craving you fed without understanding becomes a mirror, asking only one question. What did you still cling to when you died? And the answer does not come in words, but sensations. A heat in your chest, a tightness in your hands, a whisper behind your thoughts. Here, the soul learns what the body once denied, that desire is not the enemy, but when unhealed, it binds. And what binds must be seen, or it repeats. But not all souls stay trapped here. Some begin to rise. You see one, a woman once obsessed with her beauty. She sees her reflection dissolve, and in that moment something breaks gently. She smiles for the first time in decades, not because she is beautiful, but because she is free. And so you too begin to ask, what are you still holding on to? And just as that question sinks deeper than thought, you feel something shift. The chains loosen, the shadows tremble, and a new light cracks through the gray. As the shadows dissolve behind you, you step into warmth unlike anything you have known. Soft golden light pours over vast gardens that seem to breathe. Flowers hum, trees shimmer with a quiet intelligence. The air itself carries memory. This is the realm of teachers, the Akashic Garden. Every blade of grass here contains knowledge, but not the kind found in books. These are soul truths, lessons written through lifetimes, waiting to be remembered rather than taught. You are not alone. Across the garden, figures begin to emerge. Some glow faintly. Others shine with a light that feels both ancient and intimate. They do not speak with words, they speak with presence. And as you move deeper into the garden, one of them notices you. A man with robes the color of twilight. He does not approach, he waits. You feel drawn to him, not by force, but by resonance. He is your teacher, not from this life, but from many. You sit beside him under a tree that pulses gently, like it is listening. And in that stillness, something begins to unfold. Visions, moments of pain you forgot, joys you dismissed, choices you misunderstood. They rise like birds, one by one, circling above you, and through each vision the teacher remains silent, until finally he speaks with a voice softer than the wind. Nothing was wasted. A tear slips down your soul, because you understand. This is not judgment. This is remembrance, and even the darkest parts of your journey had meaning. You are shown a girl no older than 16 who ended her life early. She walks now beside a teacher cloaked in blue. He never scolds her. He simply holds her gaze and says, "You still have more to learn." And she smiles, for the first time in what may be lifetimes. In this realm, no one is lost. Every soul is called to learn again, to see again, to heal again. You walk onward. And the garden parts gently to let you through. The light bends, forming a path ahead, and you sense it. A deeper reunion is coming. As you follow the golden path beyond the garden, the air begins to shimmer with warmth. It feels like walking into a memory you never lived but always longed for. A presence surrounds you, one that cannot be described with words, only felt in the deepest part of your being. This is the realm of soul groups, the place where soul families gather. The light here is softer, almost like candlelight, yet it reaches into every corner of your essence. It does not illuminate with brightness, it reveals with love, and then you see them, figures approaching from all directions, not hurried, not surprised, as if they always knew you would return. A man with kind eyes who once was your brother, a child who left too soon, now smiling in a form ageless and radiant. A woman whose embrace reminds you of a love you never quite found in this life. Here, souls recognize one another not by names or faces, but by frequency. You feel it in your chest before your mind can understand. The sensation is overwhelming. There are no words exchanged, yet everything is said. You realize how deeply connected you have always been, even in lifetimes when you felt completely alone. One reunion stands out, a mother who passed from the world holding her grief like a flame. She sees her child now, no longer an infant, but a luminous soul who glows with wisdom beyond years. She falls to her knees, weeping. But the soul child reaches out and lifts her. Their eyes meet, and in that moment, lifetimes of sorrow dissolve. You watch and you feel it. Not as a story outside yourself, but as a truth echoing through your own soul. Love does not end with death. It continues. It transforms. It waits in this realm, patiently, for the moment of return, and as you prepare to leave, a voice gently whispers within, "You have never been alone." It stays with you, even as the light begins to shift once more. A new choice is drawing near. You step into a space unlike any you have seen before. It feels vast, but not because of size. It is vast in weight, in meaning, in consequence. This is the realm of choice, what the ancient seers once called the Hall of Decisions. The air here vibrates with possibility. Before you stand 7 doors. Each door is made of a different light: crimson, indigo, gold, silver, emerald, violet, and pure white. They do not open. Not yet. Each one pulses gently, as if inviting you to feel, not think. There is no voice telling you what to choose, no being pointing the way. Only a quiet awareness, rising from within, asking you the question, are you ready to return? This is not a judgment hall. It is not a courtroom. It is a mirror. Each door leads to a new life, a new set of lessons, a new opportunity to evolve. But you must choose consciously. You must remember why you came here in the first place. Edgar Cayce once said that before the soul returns, it agrees to the exact conditions of its next life, its family, its challenges, even its wounds. Because the soul does not return by force, it returns by intention, and that is the mirror phrase echoing now through the chamber. You do not return by force, you return by intention. You approach one of the doors, drawn by something you cannot name. But just as you raise your hand, you pause. Not all souls pass through on their first attempt. Some wait, some doubt, some are not yet ready. And that is when you realize this is not only a hall of decisions, it is also a test of readiness. You may have thought your journey was about death, but now it is about life, real life, the one you are about to choose again. But before that door opens, there is something more. A silence, a waiting, and one last question. Will you remember why you came back? Let us step closer. The next realm awaits. There is no door this time, no choice to be made, only a soft drift, like falling through a sky made of quiet. You are no longer walking. You are floating. This is the realm of rest, a sanctuary between all things. Time here does not move the way it did before. It folds in on itself like a dream you cannot fully wake from. There is no pain here, no questions, just stillness. You begin to realize this is not a punishment. It is a pause, a space offered to souls who are not ready to return, or who have asked consciously or not for time to reflect without noise. Some wait here for years, some for centuries, not because they are trapped, but because their next becoming is not yet aligned. You are shown glimpses of others floating near you. Some are curled like sleeping children, Others glow gently, as if lit from within. One soul appears to be dissolving into golden dust, as if healing itself from lifetimes of suffering, and yet no words are spoken. No instruction is given. Even the light here is soft, like candlelight behind closed eyes. The only voice that whispers in this realm is your own. It does not speak in language. It hums in memory, in longing, in peace. This is the in-between no one speaks of, the silent womb before the next beginning. And just as you begin to surrender to the stillness, a familiar sensation returns, a gentle pull. Not abrupt, not forceful, but certain, as if the universe has just exhaled and now you are being called once more. The journey is not over. The final realm awaits. Are you ready to return? You feel it before you see it. A spiral of light begins to form ahead, twisting gently like a golden vortex pulling at your soul's edges. It is not frightening, it is familiar. You are moving now, not by choice, but by some ancient rhythm encoded within your being. This is the realm of return, the final threshold. All around you, the spiral deepens into rich hues of blue, indigo, and soft crimson, like the colors of dawn before the world awakens. You begin to feel confined, tightened, pressed into a narrow passage. It is not physical, but the sensation is unmistakable. It is the corridor between worlds, the womb of rebirth. Your memories flicker like flashes behind closed eyelids. A lifetime, a name, a sorrow, a lesson still unfinished. But you are not returning empty. From every realm you pass through, you have taken something, a seed of forgiveness, a whisper of truth, a fragment of light. You feel them settle within you like ancient codes, waiting to be awakened again in flesh. There is warmth now, a heartbeat, not yours, but one you will soon call home. The veil is thinning. Symbol after symbol glows faintly as you pass, an eye, a tree, a spiral, a flame. Each one a reminder of what you carry with you, even if you forget their meanings in the waking world. And then a voice, not outside but within, echoes softly. You do not return by force, you return by intention. You chose this. Even if you forget, your soul remembers. As the passage narrows further, there is one last pulse of awareness. A deep knowing that you will not return the same. You will come back carrying echoes of stars, the touch of your soul family, the wisdom of teachers, and the silence between heartbeats. And then, light. But this time it burns, it floods your senses. You inhale sharply. And somewhere, in a hospital room, a home, a hut, a body gasps for its first breath. Your eyes open, you have returned. You may not remember the journey, the 7 realms, the mirrors of your soul, the shadows you faced, the teachers who embraced you, the choices you made before returning. But deep inside, something stirs, a quiet knowing, a soft whisper that says, you have been here before, and perhaps you chose to be here again, not by accident, not as punishment, but to love, to learn, to awaken. The next time you feel lost or like life has no meaning, pause and listen, not with your ears, but with your inner being. That gentle pull inside you is your soul remembering something sacred. This video was created as a map, a reminder. If even one part of it felt familiar, like it stirred something ancient in you, then maybe your soul was ready to remember. You are not alone in this. We are all walking echoes of forgotten realms, reuniting in this life to recall the truth that we are more than flesh and memory. We are stories, unfolding across time. And if this touched you in any way, I invite you to share your thoughts. What realm felt the most real to you? What part of this journey mirrored your own? Leave a comment below, because your story may be the bridge someone else needs. And if your soul feels called, there are more journeys waiting for you, here, in this sacred space, Mystica Nexus.